Coin.
Hey there, YouTube coin community. It's Dustin with CoinOp, and today we are going to take a look at part 3, the final one of my series of coins for investment. Now, if you've watched the prior 2 videos, you will have noticed in the videos that I'm not talking about your standard coins that people buy for investment. Most people go with silver, gold, or they go with really high dollar stuff that down the road they can flip and make a nice percentage on, which is fine, and that stuff does work. So for this video series, I've been going more for coins that have really low mintages and, in my opinion, should be selling for a much higher value than they currently are. So this is part 3 of the series. This is going to be the final one on this, so let's dive right on in. All right, for this video, we are going to start back at the PCGS price guide. I love the PCGS price guide if you guys haven't figured that out yet. But anyhow, we're going to start back here at the PCGS price guide. And for this one, we are going to scroll down to half cents and cents. And particularly, we are going to go to the braided hair half cent, which they were minted 1840 through 1857. However, for this video, we're going to use the circulated examples, the business strikes, which were actually minted 1849 through 1857. The proofs were minted prior to that, but 1849 through 1857. So this is a short series. It's not a very large series, but if you look at these values, you can get uncirculated examples starting at just a couple $100, depending on what it is. Like this 1853. An uncirculated example starts out in a PCGS graded uncirculated example at $240. Here we are going to take a look at these half cents, and the reason that we are going to take a look at these braided hair half cents is because the mintages are extremely low for what the value currently is on them. So this is a great coin that the value should just go up and up and up with. This is a great one for you to hang on to, put aside, and years later sell for a nice profit. So we are going to start with the 1849. We are going to start with the 1849. And when we're done, we're also going to go take a look at some of these over on eBay. But we're going to start here with the 1849 half cent. This is the braided hair half cent. Now, when you take a look at a braided hair half cent, you are going to notice the beautiful design. It's got 13 stars all the way around, date underneath, and very well detailed braided hair. You can see lots of details. They did a great job on this design. Just a beautiful Lady Liberty, and the reverse has the traditional wreath, and it says half cent in the center with United States of America around it. Just an all-around beautiful coin. Now, if you take a look at this 1849, they only minted 39,864 of these. That is a very low mintage. And out of those, roughly only 1,000 of them have survived. So they have a survival estimate of only 1,000 examples. What's crazy is in an AU, they start at about $215. That's an almost uncirculated example. An XF40, $160. Very fine 20, $100. So you can get one of these for an exceptionally low price compared to how few examples are out there. We're going to take a look at the 1850 half cent. I like the way this coin looks. Beautiful toning on it. But again, they only minted 39,800 of these. And there are roughly 800 that have survived. Roughly 800. That is a very low number. And again, an AU example, $210. XF40. $165. VF20, very fine 20, $110 for a coin that there's only roughly 800 of them left out there. 1851, braided hair half cent. This one they minted 147,672 of these. And there are roughly only 1,500 of those that have survived. Values for these, again, very low. But you can get an AU example for 150 bucks. You could get an example in an XF40 for 110. You could get an example in a very fine 20 for only 80 bucks. That is very, very low. Now, keep in mind, they did not make in 1852. It goes from 1851 to 1853. They did not make anything for 1852. So you don't even need to look for that because it does not exist. It's not out there. So we're going to take a look at the 1853. The 1853, that's a beautiful example too. Now for this one, they minted 129,694 examples, and currently it is estimated to be roughly 3,000 examples out there. And again, values on these range in an AU at about 160 bucks for an AU example, XF40, 110 bucks, VF20, $80. Let's take a look at the 1854. 1854, half cent. Now on this one, they only minted 55,358 examples. And out of those, roughly 2,500 have survived. So again, values on these, if we take a look at AU examples, AU means about uncirculated. So it's pretty close to uncirculated, just not quite. You can get an AU example for 155 bucks. You can get an XF40 example for $110. And you can get a very fine 20 example for only 80 bucks. Keep in mind, these are values for coins that are already graded and slabbed by PCGS. These are the values that PCGS puts on it for a coin that's already been graded and slabbed by them. We're going to move on to 1855. It's a very pretty example. Now for 1855, they only minted roughly 56,500 of these, and out of those, there's an estimated 3,000 that have survived. Again, values on these should be fairly low. In an AU 50, they start out at about 150 bucks. In an XF40, 110. I imagine VF20 is going to be around $80. Taking a look at the 1856 braided hair, half cent. This one, they only minted 40,430 examples. 40,430 of these originally minted, and there are roughly 1,000 examples out there. Roughly 1,000 examples. And if we take a look here, in an AU 50, start out at about 160 bucks, $160. XF40, $120. VF20, 80 bucks. So again, you could have an exceptionally rare coin for very little money. I mean, a coin that there's less than 1,000 examples out there, and you could have an example for 100 bucks that's PCGS graded and slabbed. And the final year that they made these were 1857. Hey, taking a look at the 1857 half cent. It's a very beautiful coin. Now, I don't like this one, that they're showing as much as the other ones. This one looks a little mushy. There's better examples down here. Now with the 1857, this is the final year. This is the last year that they made these. They made 35,180 examples. The 1857 is how many they minted. And there are roughly 1,000 of them that have survived until today. So again, you can get a very rare coin for very little money. We're going to take a look. If you take a look at an AU 50 example, you should be able to get one for about 250 bucks. XF40, about $200. To be honest, I'd rather spend the extra 50 bucks and get a higher graded example. VF20, $105. So for around $100, you could have an exceptionally rare coin. Now we're going to go take a look over on eBay and take a look at some of the examples that you can find right now. All right, here we are over on eBay. Now for this one, all that I did was typed in braided hair half cents, PCGS. And the only reason I'm using PCGS is we were just looking at pricing on PCGS Price Guide. So why not look for PCGS graded examples? So I went and typed in braided hair half cent PCGS, and then I went to buy it now, and I changed price and shipping to lowest first. I like looking at the cheapest stuff first. I don't know. It's just me. But 131 results came on up. And right off the bat, there's an 1856 braided hair half cent graded XF by PCGS for $89.95. Let's take a look at this one. Make sure it's not up. But this one is a details grade that they left out in the description, which would be why it's only 90 bucks. Let's look for one that is not a details grade. Here is an 1851 braided hair half cent graded VF35 by PCGS. I like that holder. Let's take a look at the reverse. So, and that's the 1851. Let's take a look at the values on an 1851. Now, that one is in a VF35, which VF20 ranges from 20 to 40. And this is a 35, which is almost an XF. So, PCGS puts $100 on it. These people are asking $100. So, that's right on par with what PCGS is suggesting. There's an 1853 half cent. Wow, that one's graded MS63. That's a sponsored ad. But let's take a look. Let's take a look at an 1853 braided hair half cent by PCGS, graded MS63 brown. The BN stands for brown. So this is graded MS63 brown by PCGS. Now these people are asking $451. Let's take a look. The 1853 uncirculated. Just had to scroll all the way over. So MS63 PCGS suggests about $400. They're asking $451. So a little much. Let's get away from those. There's an 1855 graded XF40 for $110. That looks like a straight grade. That one's a details grade. I bet you this is going to be a details grade. Is it? No. Oh, hey, check this one out. Here's an 1854 braided hair half cent, graded by PCGS. Now, this looks like it might be in an old Rattler holder. The holder's been through heck and back, though. Now, they're asking $128.25. It's an 1854. So, an 1854, and what grade was that in? That was in an AU50. 1850 and an AU50. PCGS suggests about $155. They are asking $128. That's a really good price. I think I'm going to add that to my watch list. I like them when they're in the old holders. Sometimes when you send them back in, they'll catch a better grade. Sometimes. But there you go. You can find a lot of these coins on here. And let's take a look at the mintage of that one. 1854. Now that 1854, they only minted 55,000, and only about 2,500 of them have survived. So that would be a good investment. But just so you can see, you can get these for very low values. If you wanted to put together a really nice set of braided hair half cents, you could do it in circulated grades for very little money. This is something that if you wanted to get all XF40 examples that are graded, PCGS, NGC, Annex, you can expect to spend around these kind of prices, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. All depends on the dealer, the seller, and the condition of the coin. If the coin has just got a lot of eye appeal, it'll fetch more money than what is suggested. If the holder looks like junk, like that last one I was looking at, it's not going to fetch the same amount of value. So there's a lot of things that can go into play. But if you wanted to put a set of these together, this is something that once a month you could go out, find one of these, and invest this type of money, and before you know it, you would have an entire set of them all in something like an XF40 or an AU50. And you could do an entire set, circulated set of these for very little money that you could hang on to that down the road, in my opinion, these should sell for a substantial amount more than what you got them for if you hang on to them for long enough. And the reason that I say that is because of how low the mintage is and the survival rates are on these coins. Now, if you did want to get into the proof examples start at 1840 and they run all the way to 1857. If you want to get into the proof examples of these, be prepared to spend substantial amounts of money. These go for about $4,000 upwards to $50,000 an example. And by all right, they should actually probably be trading for more. Seeing how most of these, there's only 15 to 20 examples or 18 to 24 known examples. This one, there's 20 to 30 known examples. Here's one, 15 to 20 known examples. These are just exceptionally rare, and the price does show. But if you want coins that there's very low mintages that you can afford, this would be a great series to put together. So there you go. All right, everybody, just a heads up. The 37th Annual Greater Cincinnati Numismatic Exposition will be held Friday, July 17th and Saturday, July 18th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now, they are running an early bird special Thursday, July 16th from 3 to 7 for $40. It's an excellent price. Now, that is at the Sharonville Convention Center, so if you'd like to meet CoinOp, you want to go out to a coin show, this would be an excellent opportunity. We will be there. Robert Lawson, Florida, myself, we will be out there. So make your reservations now. Start booking Friday, July 17th and Saturday, July 18th, the 37th Annual Greater Cincinnati Numismatic Exposition. Well, there you go. We definitely hope you enjoyed this video series. If you did, let me know down in the comments if you have any suggestions for coins that you feel would be a great investment. Let everybody know down in the comments. Fill those comments up with that stuff. But seriously, let me know how you felt about this series. If you would like to see me do more of these types of series, please let me know. I've got tons of different topics I can do small series like these on. So if there's anything you want to see in video or hear more about or a topic, let me know down in the comments. I will make it. I will put it together. I'm always looking for new topics. If you are not yet subscribed to our channel, click on that subscribe button. And while you are at it, click on the notification bell. That way you get notified immediately when we upload new content. Well, everyone, until next time, have fun.